Concluding this season's pitches is a team of bright young entrepreneurs who want to set the world on fire with their e-commerce platform dedicated solely to intellectual property acquisition. Hey Brian and Justin.
Hey John.
You guys are presenting something that totally changes the dynamics of fundraising.
Yes, that is correct. Our company, Scintillate, have done a platform wherein you can invest not on the companies itself, but purely on the technologies that they developed.
I'm looking forward to hearing the pitch. For myself, I'm very curious how you could leverage something like this for different startups, different companies. You are our last contestant for today. I hope we end things with a bang. Let's finish strong.
Thank you, John.
Hi, I'm Justin Rodrigo and I'm a patent analyst.
And I'm Brian Deroa, the COO and co-founder.
And we are from Scintillate, an international startup.
And now, I would like to introduce to you to my brother and our CEO, who's in South Korea right now, Joseph.
Hi judges, I am Joseph. We have been invited by the Korean government to expand and establish our tech startup here in Korea, along with 60 other select startups worldwide, some of which come from the Silicon Valley. Let me first ask a question. Which would you rather invest in? Boring thesis or researches? Or the booming and exciting crypto and NFT market? For me, probably I'd choose the latter because of its higher ROI. It takes an average minimum of 5 years to get back ROI on inventions and technologies. And this is what happens. Millions of researches are disposed yearly, with thousands of potentially life-changing patents or inventions rotting away in dusty cabinets. But what if there's a way?
Introducing Scintillate, the world's first technology and intellectual property bank. We enable the buying and selling, storing, investing, and even exchanging of patent technologies and IP contracts. With our first ever IP contracts exchange platform, anyone can buy, invest, and even exchange ownership in technologies and intellectual properties.
Which is why we are now inviting you, our dear investors, for our angel or pre-seed funding round for a total of $750,000 US with equity available of 15%. From the 15%, 9% is already reserved for our South Korean investors. We plan to reserve as much equity as possible because we are applying next year to Silicon Valley's Y Combinator. So investors, let me ask you again, which would you rather invest in? Millions of discarded but valuable IP or millions from high growth assets? Now, you can invest in both because now you can invest in Scintillate. Thank you.
Hi, Joseph. Hello from South Korea. You're in one of the smart cities in the world. First and foremost, it's a very impressive business proposal, and you got me in the first in the world. This has come up so many times, the intellectual property. So one of the things that we've been really trying to address is really help out, whether it be students, whether it be artists. Hearing it from you guys, from your proposal, this is something that I think will get a lot of government support. You'll be helping the academe, you'll be helping in nation building, the citizens. But I would also want to warn you, because this is new, and since it's a business, definitely government regulation will be there. I don't think you've considered any government taxes that go in there, especially if you're dealing with different countries. So I think that's something that you can look into, what government regulations Philippines might have. But again, I would like to work with you guys. Let us collaborate, and definitely you'll make a difference in this country.
Thank you so much, Mayor. And of course, with your background as well, you can be a big help in championing R&D 2.0 and IP Finance 2.0 in the government. So definitely, Mayor, we would be glad to be working with you.
Hello, guys. I have just a few questions. How much trade volume have you done so far on your platform?
So in essence, we have registered users, but in terms of trading volume, we might need a critical mass of 10,000 users to make it a worthwhile transaction experience.
The trade volume is not yet there. Are you accepting Ethereum, Bitcoin, and other cryptocurrencies?
That's part of our pipeline. So currently, we haven't yet integrated to cryptocurrency payments. But of course, later on, that's something that will be part of our pipeline because definitely they're part of the community that we are targeting.
The idea is very interesting, but can you include other IPs like music?
Yes, definitely. So that's the beauty of our platform. So even royalty contracts for music videos, for film, any form of intellectual property. So that's actually part of the entire capacity.
I have an offer in mind, but I want to check first the comments from the other investors.
Thank you, Sir Jay. Let me hear from the other investor.
First and foremost, I would like to congratulate you. You know, I'm really excited and glad to see Filipinos' ingenuity going abroad, you know. Another one is every time I look at the technology, I have three things in my mind. First is the doability of the platform. Second is the non-replicability. Is it easy to replicate? Number three is the implementability of the platform itself. So my worry is you are not actually owning the technology itself, you're just aggregating it. Okay? And the one that you're aggregating it is actually not yours. So meaning anyone can aggregate that in the future. And it's quite scary for investors because normally they always look at, okay, we're gonna invest now, you're asking for 37 million pesos, that's 750,000 US dollar. And you're gonna tell us that I'm just aggregating the intellectual property of someone to my platform, which is we know that it can be replicated easily in the future. And literally, you don't own those intellectual properties. So those are the doubts that I have.
I think this is too early stage for adoption, and the maturity in the market is not there yet. No, it's too early for the market in the Philippines.
You did a very good presentation. However, I'm not convinced of the idea, mainly because I don't take risks on, let's say, speculative. You're talking about, IP and all this, no? So I still rely so much on the fundamentals. But I wish you well. I hope you succeed in this.
This feedback is that there is no trade volume yet. You're not an NFT marketplace yet. The valuation is really high at $5 million. Maybe if you lower the valuation, I can contribute financially. But at $5 million, it's too high.
Sir Jay, would you like to make an offer?
So I'm looking at a valuation of 1 million USD, and I'm willing to contribute 100K US. That's about 10%. What do you think?
I understand the current value that you're seeing right now, and definitely you will be a big help, sir, in terms of growing and being able to integrate other aspects as well. And that's what we really need. Of course, the valuation is something that we can negotiate. Is it possible, sir, to give 200,000 US dollars with 8%, but with an anti-dilution mechanism for the next funding round?
The problem is that you don't have VASP license here in the Philippines. So you cannot really run this exchange in the Philippines without VASP, because VASP means Virtual Asset Service Provider. And you're converting the patents into virtual assets.
Of course, it's a very big value, Sir Jay, and we really love to get your expertise and the licenses, being able to operate right now. I think that would be a very strategic partnership for us. Would I be able to do another counter offer at 150,000 US dollars with an anti-dilution mechanism for the next round and a board seat for 10%?
I'm willing to contribute 100K US.
Is it possible, sir, to give 150,000 US dollars with anti-dilution mechanism for the next round with a board seat?
I'm gonna stick with my offer. You cannot run this in the Philippines without the license, and you have to spend money anyway to get licenses and stuff. So maybe we can just partner on this and we can contribute financially in addition to our expertise.
Actually, sir, your offer is attractive, but is it possible, sir, that I have a private call first with my co-founders?
Okay.
It's a very good offer, and with what other obstacles that we might come through, I think that would be the best for us.
So my biggest problem lang with the offer of Sir J, of course, it's the low valuation.
Well, it's somehow frustrating. I mean, we need support for us to grow, and it's not just us, it's the Filipinos, it's everyone whom we can help advance our technologies.
Alright.
So, I have discussed with my co-founders. There are some things that we have considered. So, number one, having a lower valuation could affect our current valuation. And number two, of course, is considering the international play at work. But you have mentioned that you have the expertise. And with that in mind, Sir Jay, we are happy to get your offer.
Oh, thank you. I'm looking forward and very excited to work with your team. I see your team as very energetic. I think this has really big potential.
Yes. Thank you, Sir Jay. And we would love to work closely with you.
Thank you.
So the offer of Sir J was not quite what we were expecting, but of course you have to take into consideration what he had given us, all of the obstacles that we will run through if and when we do start this in the Philippines. With his expertise, I think we will be in good hands.
The NFT marketplace is big. It's billions of dollars every day, and they're practically garbage. And this one isn't. It's IP. So I think it has a big potential.
Yeah, congratulations, Jay. I'm looking forward to the distributorship that he mentioned. Innovative products, he said he was able to secure distributorship for some innovative products.
I'll check that out.
Yeah, since you already have a stake in the company.
There are bright ideas, but you need experience. And partnering with you, definitely, I think that was the best move for them. And you'll be helping a lot of people.
I think you're the best guy to guide them on that field. So congratulations, Jay.
Thank you. Of course, I'm gonna do further due diligence on the company.